Good morning, Anna. There we go. We are magically suddenly down to 100 acres of corn left to go, but there are a few little sprinkles, but they took most of the chance of rain out. There's a little bit of stuff out there to the southwest. You can tell it's the southwest because I went like that, but I don't know, it seems like it's not really gonna happen, so that's good. I'm gonna spin this seed cart around and park it in the main shop here since the tarp is kind of junk. And then we are gonna have a lot more shuffling to do today. We're gonna try to get the duals on the sprayer, try to finish corn, which is a 5-mile trip south, and we got to put a test plot in. So we are not gonna get 470 acres covered today, but we are gonna get some stuff done.
Where's the sun?
It's up there somewhere.
Yes.
The first thing we're gonna do is replace a few of these points, because these here, these points, these shovels, these sweeps, whatever you want to call them. If you're a farmer, let me know where you're from and what you call them. These are wore out, just a few of them. Oh yeah, as long as they're, yeah, those are plenty good enough. I think a lot of those ones had not many acres on. Sam and I took them off when we tested those ones.
Oh, okay, that's what somebody.
That's why they're off, because we
tried to pick out the best ones.
Right.
And they're all going to be replaced after the season's over anyway. So.
There's a lot of bad ones under the mainframe here. Yeah, it's definitely, and it looks like it could get pinched more. We got a hose wearing through. Hard to tell until we unfold it maybe. So we got it out and it's wore through right there, but it's holding. It's just taking a leak all the time. But it's not for the main wings here or anything. We're gonna see what it's for when we unfold it, but we're thinking maybe even just for the rollers. So for now we'll get by with it so that we can at least finish the last 100 acres that we gotta put corn on. We are gonna back it up here and unfold it, replace a few more sweeps, check out that hose. There aren't nearly as many bad ones out here. All the bad ones are on the mainframe behind the tractor. What did you find, Donna?
A couple days ago. Yeah.
What did that used to be?
I've only been on there for a couple days.
Yeah, you can take that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Get a knife.
The steak is gone, but you can chew on it. Anna, please pull that off there so we don't have to. Come on, do your part around here. There you go, Jim. You could make a hat out of that. Anna, where are you going to take that? To leave it on the lawn? Guess I won't stop you now. Got a few more of those points swapped. This thing should be ready to head to the field. Left a little mud behind in the yard, I see. You can get that too, okay, Anna? Next up, duals on the back of the sprayer. Shouldn't take too long. It usually goes pretty smoothly. You got to get that black mud off the gravel, or else when it rains it just turns greasy and smeary and wrecks your gravel. The wind is just blowing the dust right into the shop today too. There's just a cloud hanging inside the shop. We gotta be nice to keep that door closed. Hey, did you guys know there's a handy little button right here? All you gotta do is push it and that ladder goes down. Pretty handy. Yeah, there were a few guys that let me know of that after that last video. Not the last one, but a few videos ago. We'll throw a couple blocks under the dual, under the inner tire that's on there now, and that'll raise it up just enough to be able to get that dual on. Well, that's there. There's the other one. He's got it picked up the wrong way. We need that big bar now. Just a minute. A couple more things.
Oh! I think we can get that one started now.
Is that one going to be strong enough?
Gonna run it up a ways.
Run it up.
We'll put air on it afterward.
Suppose the threads on. Should I go with them?
Yeah. Side 2. All right. Well, we got them both on. We just had to fight a little bit. Dad took off with the digger. He's gonna head down to that last 100 acres. That way it gets dug before the planter gets down there so the top can dry off a little bit. Now that this is done, Jim and I are gonna pick a semi and unhook the grain trailer and put the spray trailer on it. Now that we're gonna get going on soybeans, hopefully after today, the end of today maybe, we need that sprayer because we put a pre-emerge herbicide on. So we got to have that sprayer rolling. There's a lot more work when we're planting soybeans because we run the sprayer and the roller, so a little more manpower needed. Now with the shed gone and the work we're gonna have to do down there and the work we're gonna have to do back here, I don't know where to put the trailer. Maybe it'll fit right down there by the other one. I'll zip the Ranger down there and see if it looks like it will. Coming with for the 100-yard ride. Get up there. It's easier than listening to her yip at it in that high-pitched, strange yip that she does. Well, there's definitely room if it's dry enough. And it is as of now. It won't be if it rains, so I think we just put some good blocks under it. Luckily, I've got a little lumber to choose from, and it's easy to get to now that there's not a pesky building on top of it. You don't think it'll be solid enough?
Yeah, you might go, you might be.
Perfect. Ooh, that one doesn't move. A little too much pressure on it. And over to the next. Jim! How does that plate look? Does it need grease?
Got one of them plastic things on it, but it's awful rusty looking and stuff.
Oh, we'll wipe it up then. I forgot it had one of those. Yeah, that's got that poly plate in there from May West. So we'll just wipe that off then because you're not supposed to grease them. That's what you want for those rubber seals?
Yep.
Thought so. I can almost bet you anything that the brakes on the left side especially are going to be seized up. But I only think that because they have done that every single year we've owned this trailer. They're going to be stuck. They're going to be stuck. I can already hear the air hissing. Oh, look at that. It won't move. I was rocking, oh there Jim is. I was gonna say, sometimes you rock it back and forth and work the brakes and she'll break loose, but not today.
The actuators are, looks like they're moving, but the brakes must be stuck in it.
But the actuators are moving?
Look that way, yeah.
Well, that's a start then.
Yeah.
Suppose we get some hammers.
Yeah.
Stop flying over our farm, Swan. All right, join your buddy. All right, stop. Hammer time.
Yeah, hammer time.
Kind of mushy and slimy down there too, so we're gonna lay on the mats. I don't know if you guys can tell, but we have a couple pieces here to pick up yet, but they only go from about here to somewhere off over there. It's leaking a little right at the connector too, but I don't think that'd be a...
Yeah, this one right here, the one that gives us trouble.
That's always the bad one. Anything moving?
Try going now with it.
Try driving? You gotta climb out from under there before I try to move it. It's only one that's catching, and we can get the truck out of the hole. We can drag it up. You might need a tug. Should I just get a little more mad at it? Try that. If that doesn't, we just gotta get out of the hole. If I can't rock it out of there, we'll just go get a rope. Come on. We're stuck.
It's close, but not, it just don't want to.
Probably could, but I'm already backed in here. I can hear the keyboard warriors now. It's not around the tie rod or anything that's gonna bend. It's not hardly gonna take anything to pull it. It's fine, guys, it's fine. It seems like that didn't work. I don't think it worked. Should I rock the Ranger? Maybe if I rock the Ranger, it's got you halfway out. I'm gonna rock the Ranger out of those holes that it fell into. I didn't make them, it fell into those. We'll try to go downhill a little better. You two having fun? I'll go get a pickup and maybe at some point today we'll finish this job. One of those moderate annoyances. I think we'll put the Moline to work. Just make sure it's got a pin of some sort. Quiet. You're ruining the sound of the Moline. That right there, that's a Yankum rope with one of their soft shackles. They got all kinds of sizes, for sure ones that go up to well over 200,000 pounds of strength. The link is down below, check them out. That is what we pull our tractors out with when we get them stuck. But we haven't had very good luck getting things stuck lately. It's been a shame. 5 to 4, can you hear me down there?
Yep, I can hear you good.
We finally got the spray trailer hooked up and pulled out of the mud. We had to hook the Moline to the semi to get it out of the mud. But what, do you want Jim and I to go through this trailer, or do you want me to come down there with the planter?
I guess either way is fine. It probably won't take too long to go through it. What is your...
I couldn't tell if that meant we should go through it or if I should bring the rock picker and planter down there right now.
I think it meant I didn't really know. I think either way is fine. If you want, you could bring the rock picker and planter down, or bring the dually down here so we have something to drive, because we'll probably need it with seed, won't we?
We're gonna throw the plot seed in the back of the dually with those extra bags and take that down there first, and then we're gonna come back and get the rock picker and the planter. So this can just sit here now. Yeah, for the test plot. So if you wanna grab the dually and back it over here, I'll grab that test plot stuff and we'll toss that in the back. Keep coming, keep turning that way. We got these 20 bags here. We got the plot seed, and then there's 5 extra bags back there from last year. Because this is our last 100 acres, so we don't need a full tote of anything. So let's put the plot seed off to the side here. All this goes in, yep.
Put some off to this side too.
Sure. We got 5 more back here in the corner.
No.
No?
Probably right here.
Yeah, that's clean out from the planter last year.
I'll let you do it now.
Now we'll try and get those to stand up in the back of the truck so they don't tip over. Well, we're back. Jim's gonna head down with the rock picker. I'm gonna toss a couple things here in the planter, check the oil, and then get out of here with this. Dad has asked me to grab a larger rope. I'm not gonna need the big gun, so I'm gonna take this medium one here because instead of weighing 90 pounds, this one's only like a meager 70 or so. But it sounds like in that field, there's some really large rocks that have rolled their way down into kind of a ditch, a waterway really, that should have basins in it, but we don't own the field. Basins are expensive. The guy that owns the field doesn't farm, so who wants to fork up the money? It's one of those deals. It's one of those things. And we're not gonna use the rope to move any rocks, but Dad thought it wouldn't be outside of the realm of possibilities if the rock picker goes in to get those rocks and gets hung up to the point where we do need a rope. So I'm gonna drag one down there and chuck it in the dually when I get there. That'll work, right? I mean, if it doesn't, if it hooks something, if it grabs the road and hooks something, it's just gonna pull the back half of the tractor off and probably kill me. So I'm just gonna be hopeful. I mean, what's the worst that could happen, right? Okay, please start. Please start, please start. All good. Plug my cameras in. Plug my iPad in. Seems like between unplugging every single thing, leaving the key out, and disconnecting the switch through the master, seems to be helpful in not drawing the thing dead overnight. Who would have thought? It's a very strange relationship between those two. What'd you guys think of all those unique camera angles as I pulled it out of the shop? Pretty neat, huh? I hope you like them because it's a pain in the neck. You know, when I graduated high school, I was voted most likely to make tractor videos for YouTube. You want me to put end rows around the whole south piece then? As long as you still got something to do there?
I think you might as well, yeah.
This is one of the few pieces where we need a few acres of fertilizer spread. There's kind of a north and a south chunk to this. And apparently the fertilizer spreader from the co-op is broke down at the moment, so I'm gonna plant end rows around the south end here, and then we will put the test plot in and get that done, as long as they can't be here quite yet with the spreader anyway. But before I go too far, let the hydraulics warm up a little bit here. I gotta get that the rope off the hitch. There, it's on standby. I hope we don't need it. Well, that didn't take long before I got a problem. So a lot of this soil, we're way down at the bottom of some hills back there that washes down towards the river on this side of the highway. And there's a lot of soil that washed down here, so it's really soft, really wet. And this is what I'm running into, even with the row cleaners all the way up. They're just shoving dirt. Yeah, those are doing a real nice job. Oh yay. Well, that was an awesome 20-minute setback here. I did not leave the camera running for that, and if you have to ask why, you have never dug mud out of gauge wheels. Especially black, gumbo, sticky, awful muck. It's too soft down here. I don't even dare put the planter down on the ground right here. I gotta find somewhere drier to clean everything off, because nothing moves free on this side of the planter now. Farming 5 to 4. I'm done down here except for the test plot and one strip where I was going to test to see if I could make it all the way from one end to another on those little hoppers. Do you want me to test that right now, and then if I can make it, we can get going on the test plot, or you want me to come up there and do some stuff while you're working over there?
No, let's do the test plot, I think.
This test plot, if you've watched me before, you kind of understand how this works, but every year we plant one for the local county Corn and Soybean Growers Association. So there's 10 different varieties in it this year. The different seed companies will pay $500 to our association to be a part of the test plot. That money then goes towards towards college scholarships for local students that are going into ag-related fields. And so it's a good thing to do. And then as long as you're a member of the county corn and soybean growers, you get the data from that test plot. And there are, there's several of them out there, about a dozen or so. I forget the exact number. Definitely takes some time. It's a little bit of a pain, but what we got to do here is we'll keep the center rows the same as our standard variety, our standard hybrid. That's going to be what we call our tester to make sure that we're keeping consistency across the field. But we've got to add a taller piece to this because we need to hold more seed than this, and then we got to block off the air tubes. You'll kind of see what we're doing. So this piece here is what holds the seed. This tube is what delivers the seed from the center field. This is not enough to run very far and get a good, accurate test. So, what we have to do is put these on, which I purchased last year from somewhere in southern Minnesota. And then that adds size to our little mini hopper here. So we can put our cover on. Then we got to plug these hoses with this because we still have to maintain pressure through all the hoses to deliver to the center units. Clear as mud? So what I want to do here is run a test before we get started to see if I can make it from one end of this field to another on just these two little hoppers, or are we going to have to cut the field down the center, because we can't run empty halfway across and refill it again. That's just not efficient. It's not going to fly. Okay, I've got 2 rows with the mini hoppers on. The same 2 rows have the hoses blocked. I have refilled them full of seed, and we're going to see if they can make it all the way down or not. All right, here we go, moment of truth. So I'm going to watch my population. We're going to watch, no, not that one. We'll go here, singulation. We're going to watch 23 and 24. See if they run out when we get to the end. Well, we made it there.
We probably don't wait until you actually try it.
All right, let's go see what we got. Now the key will be, because seed comes in different sizes, so sometimes you can fit more seed in a hopper than other times, which makes a difference on how far you can go. So are there like 5 seeds left, or are there like 5,000? Moment of truth. Holy buckets! Was that thing hardly even planting? Yeah, I'd say we got plenty of room to make it. I did not expect that. Huh. Okay. I checked hopper 2 as well. That had just as much in it, so we are plenty good to go. This is gonna be just fine. You think we need the roller down here for that?
Make a nicer seed bed. Maybe the little plant into it fine. It's a lot of clumps, a lot of manure clumps on top and dirt clumps. It'd be nice to flatten them out.
Hybrid number 1 is in the tractor. We're gonna have to switch the left side of the planter over when we get to the other end, because we got to keep that 12 rows in between everything. It ends up a little goofy, but I think I know what I'm doing. And then we'll plant 6 on the way back, because we won't change that side of the planter.
You'll plant 6 on the way back of a different?
On that side it'll stay the same, on this side it'll be different. So then we flip-flop each time. So you plant.
So you're going to have 12 rows of the same stuff?
Yes. Oh, why did it disable? Damn it. System disabled. Meter motor under speed. Check for binding. Look up our plot already. Try it one more time and see if those rows wake up. But it's not planting those outside 6 for some dumb reason. Now it's not planting anything. Because you gotta assign a population when you change the hybrid. That's what it did. When I changed the hybrid, it unassigned the populations. Instead of just sticking with the populations I had programmed in, it completely unassigned them. And since it wasn't assigned a population, it just stopped.
Okay, now what shows you if it's planting?
See it turning blue right there?
Yeah.
That's the map being painted. That's the easiest thing to look at. Now we gotta go pull apart row 23. Or did it kick back in again? We're pulling it apart. It kicked back in, but we're pulling it apart anyway. I have had it with this planter. Well, it says row 23 isn't happy, but we can't spill any seed because we don't have any extra. I'd about guarantee there is nothing wrong other than one of these wires isn't happy with where it's sitting. So row 23, the plate, the bowl, the dish, the wheel spinny that holds the seeds was not locked in correctly, so it couldn't function properly. So it was right. Something was wrong. I love this planter. It's nice that there's so many things on it to let me know when something's wrong. Let's try this a 37th time.
But no. That one roll will screw up the whole thing?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, it shuts that. Yeah, it stops the planter.
Okay.
Because it knows something's up.
Yeah.
Except for when there's not something up, and it stops the planter because it thinks something's up, but it's not actually. So then when something actually is up, I don't believe it because it's been lying to me all week.
Yeah.
Oh, hallelujah, we're planting again.
Not so far.
Well, we finally made it to the other end, so I'm gonna make sure we have plenty of room to make it all the way back, go both directions, and then we're gonna switch the other side to variety number 2. And then once we get everything dialed in, it's gonna go fast. Right? Please tell me it will. I'm pretty sure we'll make it. I hope there isn't some gigantic seed in there that doesn't. Okay, thank goodness we made it all the way back to the other end. So this is hybrid number 1. Yeah, we were getting right down there. It's good, we don't want extra anyway. Now we'll put number 3 in this side because 2 is still in that side, and we're gonna go all the way up to, I thought there were 10 hybrids, but it looks like maybe there's only 8 in there. Oh, is it empty? Oh, small seed. Hybrid 3, on down the line. I'll see you guys in a few hybrids. All right, we got our 8 varieties in. Now we're gonna go finish pulling those cups and those extra hoppers off, and then we can just go right back to planting. So it's nice to have that finished up. What do you want me to do down here now? I've only got one strip across the south edge here, and then we're waiting on that fertilizer truck yet.
I don't know what to think.
The fertilizer! He can't hear me. Fertilizer truck's gonna be at least 30 minutes yet. So we're twiddling our thumbs. Why don't you meet me back on that end, and I'm gonna go grab supper. I'd grab Jim's supper too, and I'll offer, but I know he'll turn it down. Heck, I tried even buying him lunch today and he turned it down. Jim, you wouldn't let me buy you lunch. You want me to buy you supper?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to because I don't have my billfold.
Oh, there you go. I don't see a fertilizer spreader out there.
No, not yet.
I have noticed they aren't here yet. Jim and I have eaten a pretty healthy meal of ice cream and chili dogs already, so now what are we gonna do?
I don't know.
Well, here we are 20-25 minutes later. Their fertilizer spreaders broke down. That's the reason we've been waiting for fertilizer. It was supposed to be here several hours ago, but without them we're kind of dead in the water. We can't do anything. But now it's not coming tonight. It's 6:30 at night, and it's gonna be tomorrow morning. So we're gonna lock these up. I think we should take them off. At least the RTK one.
Yeah.
We're gonna lock them up and pull the receivers off because receivers are a hot commodity right now, and we can't afford to lose a couple of them. Well, that's it, I guess, for today. Don't forget, we're still raising money for grain bin. I gotta think of how I say this every single time. For some reason, I can't keep this straight. Grain bin rescue equipment, and safety training for local volunteer firefighters and first responder crews. There's a link down below to a GoFundMe account where you guys can donate, or it'd be a lot cooler if you would just show up on July 1st to the concert we're having in Alexandria, Minnesota. It's called the Anderson Bash. There's probably a link for that down below as well, but you don't need tickets. It's all free will donation, and all of that goes towards the same thing. Toodles.